everybody, happy March 1st to you. Today I'm presenting to you a February beauty roundup, technically a favorites, but I also just wanted to have a good long chat about all the products that I and we discovered here on the channel this month, because there's a lot, and there were a lot of fabulous beauty discoveries this month, so I am excited to dive in. We've got some hair, we've got a tan, some makeup, and an unfavorite. If you enjoy these favorites and beauty roundup videos, please do give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos from me. And please do let me know in the comments down below any products that you loved over this last month, or if there are any products that you think I should try in the coming month of March. Spring, my people. Spring is almost upon us. I am so excited. As I'm wearing a dark black turtleneck. Makes sense. Okay. I'm going to start with the tan, because it's been an ongoing series here on my channel, me attempting different tans and me talking about my endless Dorito, Cheeto, carrot, whatever you want to call it, limbs. I am in a constant state of peeling orange whenever I'm using a tan, so I feel like it's important that I keep you guys updated on my findings. And not everyone watches the vlogs, but I know a lot of you watch the favorites, so I feel like it's important. It is important to mention it in this beauty roundup, and that is the St. Tropez Ashley Graham Ultimate Glow Kit, but specifically the Self Tan Luxe Whipped Cream Mousse. This one right here. Inside the kit, you get a mitt, which I have already used, and then you also get the tanning mousse, the Self Tan here. The kit was $72 Canadian, and the other like tanning mousse that I have used and purchased from St. Tropez is $54 Canadian. So you're not really saving any moolah buying this together as the kit. In comparison to the other tans I have tried recently in the last year, it was such a favorite because of the smell. I don't know what's wrong with my skin if I just react to the developer in any and all tans, but I always smell like rotting dead flesh. Like, it's actually disgusting. Dan, my darling fiance, can't possibly stand sleeping next to me whenever I am soaking and developing in a tan. And that was the biggest takeaway from this. It wasn't as deep. Like, once I rinsed off the developer, like, the feet looked crazy at first, but once I rinsed it off, it was actually quite a light tan on me in comparison to like the dark shades that I like to use when I'm putting a fake tan on. So it was a little bit lighter than I would have liked, but the smell, like when you're applying it, it had this really intense, lovely, fruity smell, and then I just didn't notice it. I didn't notice that horrible scent that I always get on my skin whenever I use fake tans. That being said, in the recent vlog where I was using this and I showed you guys me applying it, a lot of you left some great recommendations, so I'm excited to try some out. I do believe this is a limited edition launch, this little collab here, but the mousse itself was just a very pleasant experience. I really enjoyed it, and again, the smell was the big takeaway there. So for those of you who suffer from the scent of self-tan, that is definitely one for you to try. I wanted to mention a hair favorite because I had a very large discovery this month, and you guys know I've been really enjoying trying out different hairstyles and trying to play with my hair a little bit more. Don't let today be a judgment of that, but I guess this is continuing for my January favorite. Still rocking the crimped waves, but this month I discovered the Eco Styling Gel, the Argan Oil Styling Gel, this massive lifetime supply container, this and a bristle brush. I bought both of these on Amazon. And this is the best product that I have ever used for doing anything slicked back. The licked, slicked look. I did a whole video on it. I can't remember when that was. Definitely many months ago now, but I was using a pomade and hairspray, which is totally fine, but this has changed the game for me. It makes my hair feel very soft. It's I don't know if that's the intention. It does say repairs and conditions, moisturizes, all those amazing claims here, but my hair actually does feel really good after. Like, that was the biggest thing. It's not like the Gorilla Glue fiasco where you're slicking your hair back into a bun or pony and then your hair is like rock hard at the end. This one leaves your hair feeling so soft. Like, my hair was stuck, like cemented into this bun all day long. I put a toque on the first day that I tried it, and when I took the toque beanie off, the bun was still in place. It was incredible. And then at the end of the night when I took the bun out, it was soft to the touch. It was mind-blowing. A lot of you were like, wow, great, thanks for crawling under your rock. We've been using this for years. I'm like, listen, you guys didn't tell me. you did not inform me of this magic. It was so great, and I look forward to many more slicked buns and ponies using it in the future. So there's a little hair favorite, a little hair update for you from the month. Let's move into some makeup, guys, and we need to discuss Becca. Oh my god, if you guys don't follow me on Instagram and you missed the day where I was talking about Becca's announcement, if you were not aware, Becca Cosmetics recently announced that as of September 2021, they are closing their doors. They are shutting down, closing up ship. I was so shocked, and I felt so sad and guilty because like my last review on Becca was me absolutely on their day about the Zero Pigment Foundation, but to be fair, I think that was a pretty unanimous feeling towards that launch, and I feel the same way that I did in that video. They have just so many classic, beautiful products that I and many of us have loved and used over the years. Like Opal is one of the few highlighters that I have ever hit pan on, if not the only one. I can't remember the last 8 years of YouTube videos, okay? My brain just does not have that memory power. I can't even remember what I did yesterday. However, I do know that this has been such a favorite. The highlighters, like, I feel like they really catapulted the love of highlighters in people. Them and MAC. The MAC Mineralized Skin Finishes, I feel like we're like the OG. But hello, let us all acknowledge like the champagne pop era. Like these highlighters were everything. I remember living in Calgary and going to Sephora and just looking at the Becca stand being like, oh my god, I just wish I could afford to own all of this. Like I just used to pine over Becca and the highlighters and the blushes and the bronzers. Oh, Sunrise Waves. That was a limited edition bronzer, which many of you kindly let me know that it had been on the Becca website. I don't often go to the brand websites directly because sometimes like the shipping to Canada is just always so annoying. Like even now, you guys let me know that Sunrise Waves was still on the Becca website, and when they made their announcement, I absolutely ran. It was on sale on the website. By the time this video goes up, I don't know if that'll be the case, so please don't hate me if it isn't. But I bought two because I needed that back in my life ASAP, and it still hasn't shipped. There's a strong delay in shipping. It is shipping from the States, but anyway, my point being, there have been many products. Their blushes were a rediscovery for me this year. Like there's just been so much love for Becca over the years, and I'm really sad to see them go, and I wish that they could have, you know, continued on this trajectory to keep their brand alive. They obviously dipped their toes in a few other things that just didn't work out for them, and then with COVID, like it's just very sad. It's very sad to see that happen, and I hope that not too many brands will be forced into following suit, and I hope that the good classics can stay alive. But yeah, stock up now. I don't know what to say. Anyway, they'd recently launched the Doing Tint, which I have been using. And I recently featured, obviously before their announcement of closing, but it's such a great product. I'm wearing it on my face now. I'm actually like, I'm hella glowy. I could use another layer of powder at this point, but such a fabulous product, and I wish they could have just continued on this, because this was such a great launch from them and had me feeling very hopeful for Becca's future. But alas, my friends, she going, and I'd love to hear from you guys. What do you think about Becca closing? And do we think that they're going to continue replenishing the stock of Doing Tint, or are they just shutting down totally? Either way, you're definitely going to be seeing a lot more of this. I'm going to continue using it because it's super beautiful. I'm very dry, and it just gave so much hydration and glow. And that is a very big recent announcement from the month of February in the beauty world. Let's continue on with base products. I think I only featured this once in a video, but I have used it many times since filming that video. But I must talk about these products individually, but also together. The NYX Marshmellow Primer, and this is the L'Oreal Super Blendable Foundation, but like the hydrating hyaluronic version. This primer on its own, I think I've used it with like 3 or 4 different foundations and other base products on top. It's beautiful. It is beautiful. It actually does make my skin feel fabulous. It adds a glow. It gives a very lovely smoothing feeling. It's not as pore filling and addressing as like the NYX Pore Filler Primer, But as an all-around primer, this is fabulous, and I would happily say that this is a very hydrating dupe for pretty much any of the primers that I've been using. Like, I didn't really notice a difference in my skin. It felt just as great, and I'm really happy that I have this in my everyday collection, and it's been so gorgeous. Wearing it with this True Match foundation, oh my god, it's such a beautiful combination. We recently did a shoot where I was wearing this, and it shot so beautifully in the photos as well. So on top of like everyday life wearing, in the shoot as well, it was stunning. This foundation on its own, the primer on its own, the combo, such a huge favorite and such product discoveries from this month. This one has about a medium buildable coverage. Like, you can get a lot of coverage with this, but you can also sheer it out. It's really nice and versatile, and it just feels great. So those were huge base discoveries from this month. I wanted to talk about the Benefit Porefessional Super Setter Long Lasting Makeup Setting Spray. I love this. I've been bathing in it. It absolutely adds a glow to your skin. It makes your skin feel so nice and hydrated. And I love the mist. It's super soft. It's like a continuous mist. Can you see that? I've been wearing this every day since I got it in my hands, and it is absolutely a top new makeup setting spray favorite. It's going on the desk. Alcohol-free too. Such a plus, such a great launch from Benefit, and I have been loving it. We gotta talk about brows, my people. We gotta talk about brows. The NYX Lift and Snatch Brow Tint Pen. This was a recommendation from you guys. So many of you, when I asked for your drugstore product recommendations, recommended this, and you were so right. I have blonde and ash brown, and I've been using them together most of the time on my brows. Today I actually just have ash brown, and even still, I find it a little bit deep. I like the mixture. I like having a little bit of blonde in there just for some lighter bits, but I have had nothing but a positive experience with these. I have been loving them so much. There have been no spotty dotties to be found in my eyebrows, and because I had such a bad experience with a few other like high-end brow pens, I was so pleasantly surprised by these. You guys were so right, and that's been a huge favorite from February, and I've been wearing them every day since. If you guys missed when I first tried these out, I will link the video where I'm testing your drugstore recommendations here for your viewing pleasure, but this was so fabulous, and I really have been using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Freeze so much, and a lot of you are asking about my opinion about it and whether or not I prefer the other brow gels I've been talking about, like the Got2b Spiking Glue and the Refi Gel, and I think ultimately I just prefer this just out of general convenience sitting on my desk. Like this one, I'm taking it out of here, rubbing it in the lid with a spoolie and applying it. When I'm using the Got2b gel just for my own makeup, like I'm putting this on my hand and like wiping my hand after. Like it literally does the same thing. I just haven't been reaching for it just because I have this. I have it, I bought it, I'm gonna use it, but I don't really notice any difference when I'm actually using it in my brows. The hold is the same, you know? And then the Refi Brow Gel, same thing. I guess the only difference with the Refi Gel is that the actual brow wand that it comes with, that you're like pulling the product out with, is really long. I actually realized I prefer a short spoolie, so I guess when you're using these products you can control the spoolie that you're using, and I find I just achieve a better look when I have a shorter spoolie. With the Refi long one, there's just a higher chance of me getting the other product around my brow in there. So to completely avoid that, you could just do as the instructions say and apply the brow gel first on bare skin, but it's all the same really. They have fabulous hold. I feel like now you just have so many options when it comes to the brow gel that you're looking for. So that's just kind of my conclusive yet not so conclusive roundup on the brow freeze. As far as the NYX the brow glue, to be honest, I haven't tried it much since I filmed that video. As far as my review on that day, like the hold was really great. It is just like super stringy and goopy, so like this would be a product that I would use on bare skin, and I'm just really not good at remembering to do that. So I've just been naturally reaching for the other products that I know work just as fine, even if I have already put my foundation and concealer on. So definitely keep you guys posted as I play with this more, but as a first impression, and the first time I wore it, it was great. But if you're gonna buy this from the drugstore, you might as well buy this and get way more product. You know what I'm saying? Like this is a tiny little like finger-sized tube. I'd go for this one. Oh my goodness, let's talk about blush. There were so many fabulous blush launches that we discovered this month. Let's first talk about Vive Pesca blush. Oh my god, Jamie Genevieve absolutely nailed this launch. This shade this dreamy, stunning, peachy, light, bright orange shade. It's been beautiful, and I have worn this so much this month. I absolutely would have bought it in a heartbeat had they not sent it to me in PR. So Vive and Jamie, thank you so much. It's absolutely gorgeous, you guys. Definitely my top pick from the bunch. However, I do really want to get my hands on Cherub because it looks like the most stunning, light, cool, toned pink. And those two would definitely be my top. Those two just suit my skin tone the best, I think. But Pesca is such a... This is the blush that we all needed for summer. Let's put it that way. Tower 28, you guys know how I feel about their blushes. I have loved their blushes since they have existed. Their Golden Hour blush is stunning and is an absolute summer favorite for me. And they recently launched 3 new shades. My favorite of the bunch actually is After Hours. This one I have been wearing. I really like this shade. It's a very unique, like, winey shade. And someone actually asked me how it compares to the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk limited edition little tint, and you can see here the shades are actually very much different, but you get the same vibe with this. I really love this little combination here. I'm going to talk about these in a sec, but the BURT'S Watermelon Rush Tinted Balm, this little color combo I have been loving. It is gorgeous, and yeah, the Tower 28 blushes are a favorite regardless, but they did have 3 new shades launch this month, and that was very exciting. Speaking of BURT'S also had a very exciting cream blush launch. They actually just had a few great launches this month. They've actually had a lot of recent launches, but this one in particular, Guava Meringue, just a beautiful cool tone pink. You guys know it's constant. There's so many cream blushes I have that are very like fresh, cool tone pink, and this is a stunning, natural, clean beauty drugstore option if you were looking for one. You wanted to save a few dollars, didn't necessarily want to spend a lot on a cream blush. This is the option to go for. Great launch from this last month, and those are the cream blushes. Let's talk about those BURT'S tinted balms. This is the shade I'm wearing right now, Mandarin Granita, and these are the 3 shades that I have just been wearing for the last, well, it's been the last like 2 weeks. I've been wearing them so much. I love them. Berry Sorbet and Watermelon Rush. What a beautiful formula. Just a lovely tinted lip balm. You need the tiniest little bit. Very juicy, very hydrating, and just leaves the most lovely little stain left over on your lips. Let me put a little bit more of this on right now, actually. I've been drinking my tea. See, it's like super pigmented at first, and then it just blends out into the loveliest little tinted balm over your lips. Also, LOL at me thinking that this was blush when I first opened them in that video. When you first put it on, it puts a lovely wash of color, and then as the color fades away, like tinted balms and tinted lip things are never going to be long lasting on the skin unless you're buying like a stain intentionally. But this does leave such a lovely moisturized feel left on your lips. They're great, and these have been a lovely discovery from this last month. Let's talk about another lip product that I wanted to address. The Rouge Dior refillable lipsticks that they launched this month. They launched these in 75 shades. There's not that many shades on Sephora, but there's still a lot. They just were like, here's every shade of lipstick you could possibly dream of. I really loved the Red Smile Satin. I had a lovely little photo shoot day where I was wearing this and taking some pics on the gram, and it's just such a pretty red. And anyway, this is the refillable packaging. You can just buy the lipstick refills and they pop into the container. So if you're looking to streamline your makeup life, have things that are a little bit more sustainable, you're being less wasteful with the packaging, I think it's really cool that they brought out the refillable option. However, what I thought was interesting is that though they said they were launching all of these different shades, there's only 7 shades that you can buy in the refills. And I checked the Sephora website as well as the Dior website, and there were only 7 shades in the actual refillable packaging that you could buy. But I'm not sure if the intention is to expand that to all of the shades or not. But I just thought that was a great option, and I think that a lot of brands are going to be ebbing more toward this more sustainable, refillable life. I like that idea. I think it's cool. And you also save $10 if you're buying the refill. So you're just saving a couple dollars if you just have one lipstick. If you're a 1 or 2 lipstick kind of gal and you just reuse your same shade, if you have a favorite in the Dior lipsticks, I think it's just a great option. So those are all the favorites. Those were the new and exciting launches and fun new products that I've been using over the month of February. There was a lot, and I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear what your favorite products were over the last month. I do have one unfavorite and kind of like an update because I did talk about this quite a bit, and that's the Marc Jacobs Extra Shot foundation concealer. I'm actually really sad about this one. I was really hopeful and really excited to try it. And I'll be honest, like I really tried to make this work. And I didn't really realize that I didn't like it at first until probably like my 8th time wearing it. And then I was like, oh, okay, yeah, it's this, it's not me. So basically what was happening, the first couple times I used it, like I just have been having an exceptionally dry month. Like in terms of my body and my overall dryness, it's just been dry. So I was trying to not put the blame on any products, so much so just because I was extra crispy. But I just found that no matter what I paired this with, I tried it with many different foundations and primers, and I realized it was not me, it was this. It was just giving me that dry, curdled look wherever I'd use it. So whether or not I used this on its own or if I was using it as a concealer, like in these areas of my face, it just curdled there, where some other products do not, even on my driest days. So ultimately, I could not recommend this to my fellow dry folk, but for those of you who have skin types different from mine, and if you're not as dry, maybe if you're more on the normal to oily end of the skin type spectrum, I'd love to hear from you and how you got on with this. And do you prefer it as the foundation or the concealer? But at the end of the day, she did not work for me, and I know I've been talking about it a lot and I've been using it quite a bit, so I definitely just wanted to make sure to update you on that. And with that, my friends, I shall love you and leave you. Those are all the products I love this month. Lots of great finds and favorites. It's been a great month for beauty, and I am so excited that it is now March and that we can start diving into spring. The first day of spring is on the 20th, and I am so excited. Daylight savings time is happening this month. Oh my god, we are just moving on to better and brighter and warmer times, my friends, and I am very hopeful for some brighter, more lovely days ahead. So let me know what your favorites are in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching this video, you guys. I hope that you enjoyed this lovely little monthly roundup, and I'll see you all very soon. Very soon. For a new video. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye!